Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Shades of Grey show. I am hoping I can stay out of the sunlight because I know if I sit forward too much, it flashes on my face. So I'm gonna try to stay back. I am recording this before work, so if I talk fast, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure I get this all done and before I have to go to my regular 9 to 5. As you guys know, I do have a regular 9 to 5 job. This is not my job. I don't plan on it being my job. I actually like what I do. I just come here to talk into the void. If you hear me, you hear me. So what are we unboxing? We are unboxing the Savage Fenty Bear Flower Babydoll 3-piece box set. As you know, Savage Fenty puts out these box sets about once a month. And you can use your member credits if you have a VIP membership, which I believe is now $70 a month. And they changed it so that now you have to use 2 credits to get those. And I'm kind of on the fence about that because it means it's more expensive now than it was before. They try to make it sound like a deal, but to me, you just made everything a little bit more expensive. So it's a little weird. Now, also remember that you can skip a month. If you choose by the 5th to skip a month, you can. You also get free returns after 30 days if you decide you don't want a product. And then for every fifth every fifth member credit you buy, you get a free bra or a 3 pack of underwear. And I believe that's men's underwear. So if you got that special guy at home, you can get him 3 pairs of underwear every 5 months. But if it's for you, you can go out and get your favorite Fenty bra every 3 months. Mine is the Sheer X one. It's very soft. I have it in like 5 colors now, and I love it because I'll actually forget that I'm wearing a bra because it's so comfortable. So now before we get into the actual box, it came with 2 codes. So I'm going to show you guys the codes. If they work, you were the first one to use them. If they don't work, then somebody else got to them before you did. So here's the first code for HelloFresh. All right. And here is the second code for Factor. All right, so if those codes work for you, you were the first one to use them. If they don't, then someone else got to it before you did. I'm not going to use them because I've had HelloFresh before. I have no issue with HelloFresh. I actually loved it. After a while, I just couldn't afford it because I was saving up for the house that I'm in now. And then I haven't gone back since. Would I go back to HelloFresh? Yeah, because they had some great ideas. If you are the type of person that where you wanted to try it, but it's a little pricey for you, you can actually download the recipes from the website for free and then just go buy the stuff to get it. If that's more economical for you, do that. Factor, they actually come in a box, almost like if you remember Lean Cuisines, they're like that. And then you cook them based on that. But the thing is that they're a healthy option, and you don't have to worry so much about counting your calories because they already did it for you. And you can pick based on what type of diet you have. So that's what that is. So now let's go to the Bear Flower. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read it off my laptop. My recording device on my laptop is in front of the actual email with all this stuff in it. So that's why I'm like kind of jumping around and looking around. But I actually got it in a good spot so I can see both. So I would like to show you now the Bear Flower Babydoll 3-piece box set from Savage Fenty. So first we have the Bear Flower Underline Low Cut Balconette Bra. So here is the bra. Now me, I'm a 40 triple D. And here is the very pretty bra. It does have underwire in it. And it does flex. And it has the tiny little X emblem right here. Now, me personally, I wash my bras in a mesh bag, so I don't have to worry too much about hooks getting messed up. But I also hook them. Before I put them in a mesh bag, I hook them together. And that way they help my hooks last longer. I don't know how this emblem is going to hold up in the wash. It is sewn in pretty well. So there's like several pieces of thread holding it in place. So that way you kind of know that it's going to be secure. But I don't know how many cycles before it will come out. Uh, it just happens in the wash. Sometimes never, sometimes it will. So my tip for you is to invest in a mesh bag. It can be like that big. It doesn't have to be huge, and start using them to wash your bras, and then also put the hooks on, hook it up, put it inside the mesh bag, let it run its cycle. It will get clean. I promise you. All my bras come out perfectly clean. And you're talking about somebody who gets messed up every now and then because hey, sometimes I have girl dinner and I will be in the bra and eating chili and some of my weight on my bra. So, TMI. But with that being said, it does come out in a mesh bag, so don't have to worry about that. So invest in a mesh bag. They're really inexpensive, and they will help you keep your bras a bit longer. Now this has the actual print, the lacy print on the bra strap. It does give you some space to expand it. This one comes with 4 hooks. Like I said, I'm a 40 triple D, so it comes with 4 hooks. I believe that if you get a different cup size, like an A through a C, they might only be 2 hooks. So pay attention to the hooks if hooks matter to you. Hooks matter to me because if it's too little hooks, they won't hold up as well. And as I said, they have the underwire. They also have some caging right here on the side next to the underwire. And then this line right here, but don't be afraid of this line because there's a fabric piece right here. And so you won't feel it. I've had that fabric lining in Savage bras before, but you don't actually feel it, and that matters. Now, I do love the placement of the strap because it's more in the center. Being that it's more in the center of the actual bra, it'll have less back fat. And sometimes this position is what gives you back fat. So pay attention to that. If you have a bra that gives you a little bit more back fat than others, pay attention to where the strap is because that may be part of the issue. So this is the balconette bra, and I thought this was like so pretty. And I don't have anything really this color, this peachy pinky color. So that's why I kind of fell in love with it. And it also has this lace here, and the lace is always very soft. So you don't have to worry about this being scratchy or itchy. I know how lace can be. It can be very, very uncomfortable. But their lace is always very, very soft. I believe they use cotton and then they do a scallop. I believe that's what it's called. It's called a scallop technique for these to make it look like lace. But since it's cotton and it's stretchy, it's not itchy. All right, so the second thing in a 3-piece set is the Bare Flower Brazilian Panty. So there it is. That is the front. And this is the back. So it's going to be a little cheeky. You're going to have a little booty showing. It gives you that booty pop. If you're like me, my booty's small. Don't get it twisted. Don't look at me and assume I got a big booty. It's not there. My booty is small. So a little pop goes a long way with panties. I do love that. I did get an XL. I am a size, I believe I'm like a 16 now. So I try to stay to my size. I don't want to walk around looking like a pop can of biscuits. So I stay true to my size, and then that way I actually look better. And you also have that little X emblem right here as well. And once again, it looks like it's sewn in pretty well. So you don't have to worry about that. And then the middle, you have the extra cotton piece right here. It does have this line. Now, some people don't mind the line. Some people do. Me, I don't mind that little line in the underwear. But if you do, if that's something that's very uncomfortable for you, then this is not the panty for you, and that's fine. Be honest with yourself. Be honest about what you like and what you don't like. And that way you won't waste your money on things that you don't like. And it also has a scalloping in the top, and yes, it is pretty stretchy. So it does have some give. And then the stitching on the side of the underwear is pretty well done. It's that zigzag pattern, so you don't have to worry about this coming undone over time. I did get some cheap underwear once, and then the first place that it wears out is in the leg part, simply because the stitching comes undone because it's cheaply made. This one is well made, it's well stitched together, so that way you don't have to worry about that happening. So that is the panty. And then you have next is the Bare Flower Babydoll. And this is pretty much the lingerie. So I'm gonna try to show you this the best way that I can because I'm sitting. I probably should be standing. But this is the front. And then if I turn it around, we have the back. Now, if you can see, the back has an opening. I'm trying to hold this in the proper way. There's an opening here to kind of give you that picky boo look. So that way you can show off that sexy lower back. And then it has the tie here. And the reason why the tie is here is to tighten it up and kind of give you a little bit of support. The thing about lingerie, especially if you are heavier on top, is that a lot of times it does not support the twins and they come under. And so you end up with that line up here, but your girls are down here. And it's just not the way you want to look in it. So I would say put it on, see how it fits on you, and then tighten up the back. And this isn't complicated. It's not like a corset. It's just a one tie-in piece, or just a loop. So if you tighten that loop, you should be able to tighten it up. But I have a couple corsets. They can get a bit complicated if you don't know what you're doing. It does take practice to tighten yourself into a corset. But it's a beautiful look if you got it. But yeah, I think I have like 3 corsets. Two I got from Fenty, and then one I got from a comic book convention, which I love those corsets. Those makers of the corsets are absolutely stunning. And they will let you like buy it and then wear it that day to kind of get a feel for it. And they'll help you in it, and they'll even tell you like how to do it yourself. You tell them like, hey, I'd never worn a corset before and I wanted to learn how to do it. They will show you how to tie yourself into it. And then they will a lot of them offer what's called a modesty panel, and that is a panel that goes under the lacing, and so you can't really see your skin. Now some people want you to see their skin underneath, some people don't, and so it's a modesty panel. And you can get corsets of different types. You get some to come under the girls, and so that way it kind of just boosts them up and make them look good, and that's meant for like something that's flouncy on top. That's the way I can describe it. And then you have something that can completely cover you up. So there's so many different type of corsets. I would say try it out. I would encourage every woman to try out a corset, and they're not meant to restrict your breathing. I've seen some that are just ridiculous, and they actually alter your shape completely, permanently. They're not meant to be something that you can't breathe in. This isn't the 1800s. They're not meant to be something that you wear all the time. They are just meant to give you sort of an hourglass figure for the time being. You take it off and you move on with your life. There are women who wear them all the time. I'm not going to restrict my breathing that way. I wear it maybe about, the most I've ever worn a corset was about 8 hours for a convention. I put it on, I wore around, and I could breathe the whole time. And it just made me look more of an hourglass shape. And I can still breathe comfortably. If you can do a full inhale and a full exhale, you're fine. If you can't, then you're wearing the corset for a whole other reason. I'm not going to judge you. That's just not me. I would rather breathe. It's a weird thing. I've gotten used to breathing. But back to the Babydoll lingerie. It has that same scalloping on top that the other ones had. And once again, it is cotton. It is very, very soft. It does have that line. That line kind of gives you a little bit of shape for the girls. And it does also have that X emblem in the bottom part of the picky boo. Right there. And once again, I would use a mesh bag to wash this. That way you don't have to worry about losing anything. You don't have to worry about anything falling off. It could be a little bit gentler in the wash. Even if you put it on a gentle cycle, I would still recommend putting it inside of a mesh bag. And the straps can be adjusted. So you can tighten this up to get some support underneath and then tighten this up so you're not tighten up the straps so you're not worrying about gapping or opening or your girl's falling out. Unless that's what you're looking for. If that's what you're looking for, no judgment here. Do what you do. So there you have it, guys. This is the Bare Flower Babydoll 3-piece box. So you get the lingerie, aka the negligee. Very comfortable, very soft, very lightweight. That's the one thing that shocked me when I opened it was how light it was. You also get the Brazilian panty with that little peekaboo that you're looking for. And you also get the balconette bra. Now, once again, that's cost me 2 credits. I do think that's a bit pricey because now that, when I think about it, I spent $140 with those 2 credits. So a 3-piece set for $140. Thinking the bra is like $40. You still got $130. The negligee they're gonna probably tell you is $100. So it became more expensive, and so that kind of has to be on the fence about whether or not I think it was worth it for $140. You guys tell me, do you think a 3-piece set is worth $140? Because that's what they're charging you now with 2 member credits. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm still very much on the fence about that. I'm gonna have to try these on. As you can tell, these still have tags, so I haven't put them on yet. But I will link every single one of these below. I'm not an affiliate for Savage X, so Savage Fenty. So if you click on the link and you buy it, I get nothing. I'm just letting you know what's out here so you can see it for yourself. All right. With that said, in life there's black and white, but with me, you're getting at least one shade of gray. Bye, guys.